on in, folk. What y'all doing? Y'all ready? Oh. Hello. Yes, for the green hearts. Okay. I love it. Okay, let me set up this thingamajiggy. Real quick. Hey, people talking about, hey, auntie. Hey, what's up, nieces, nephews? We about to get into this thing. I'm just going to let some people come in real quick. While I set up this thing. Yeah, that'll do. Okay. Y'all ready? I sure do hope you're having a good day. You finna cuss? Yes, I'm finna cuss. I'm going to say cuss words. Okay, so first things first. Because I have come to realize and recognize that the emotions are so underdeveloped. Let's put it that way. The emotions are so underdeveloped that you have to premise everything with a statement, right? So let me start off by saying, rest in peace, rest in power, rest in heaven. May you sojourn in the heavens to your feelings. Okay, so let's just start there, because in that way we can set it up. We can set it up in a way that you can handle it. Okay, so first thing we're gonna say is rest in peace. So you have to do this kind of shit first, right? Rest in peace. We honor your fallen feelings, and we take into great consideration how you may feel and the emotions that you have and how it has really messed you up. And oh my God. Okay? So, yay, we got that first. All right. With that being said, I have a question that I'd like to pose to you who are on here. So many of the people who have been angered and have become angered by the injustices are angry, and they use words like, this country is not our country. They never loved us. We were stolen, brought over here. All these other kind of things. My question to you is, if this is not your country, then whose country is it? Whose country does it belong to? And if you say, oh, well, it belongs to the white people, then I will ask you again, then what country do you belong to? And the reason why I am posing this question in this way is because I want you to understand what happens when you have abandonment and when you have an orphan mentality. When you have an orphan mentality, meaning you don't belong. You have no roots. You have no foundation. You're just like a leaf, just kind of blowing in the wind every which way and all this other stuff. You have no grounding, no real morale or morals or character that is rooting you into something. When you have this orphan idea then you don't have any legacy that you're trying to uphold, nor do you have any legacy that you're trying to continue or create. So when you have been told to believe over and over again that you do not belong, watch me now, I'm trying to help you, ho. Let's just take, for example, your parents, your birth parents. And let's say that you were born, and let's say you were born, what are those people that are, they're black, but they, not alopecia, it starts with a B, I think. You know where they're albino. So let's say you were born into a family of black people or melanated persons, and you came out albino. And not the entire time, but let's say from around the age of 7. Around the age of 7, your parents started telling you, in so many words, we don't know where you came from. We don't know where you came from. You don't look like us. And we don't know how life is going to treat you with this nappy blonde hair and shit, and this weird colored skin. You can't go in the sun. You can't, all this other kind of shit. And they start just kind of telling you that you don't belong. My question to you is, how would that make you feel, or how would that make that person feel? You're going to have to do a couple things, right? You're going to have to, one, figure out a way to survive. And usually, when you're trying to figure out a way to survive, that usually comes in a kind of rebellious type of notion, right? Because you're going to have to buck up against and try to prove that you do belong, and try to prove these are my parents, and try to prove your worthiness to belong to this family. Because you've been told over and over and over and over and over again that you don't belong and you don't fit. So when you have been introduced into this orphan-like mentality, this orphan ideology, this orphan way of living, it then makes you feel like you don't belong. You feel abandoned. And abandonment, we'll look that up so that you people can know that. You know I love words. Okay? Somebody said they love my hair. Thank you, honey. Okay? I'm just trying to set this up so that when I start cussing, you can already, you can feel better about things. Okay? Because I want to make sure that we get this stuff out before I start cussing. Because once I start cussing, people act like they can't hear me. Why do you yell so much? Why do you yell so much? Oh. Okay. So abandonment is an act or instance of leaving a person or thing permanently and completely. An act or instance of permanently setting aside a principle, discontinuing an activity. An act or instance of giving up control of something, or of yielding to one's impulses or to an external or spiritual force. So abandonment is the leaving of a person permanently. So if you feel, now watch this now. If you feel that you are in a country and someone stole you, this is so good. Somebody stole you from the country that you're usually from, that you were regularly from, right? They stole you, they brought you over here, and then they told you, oh, well, you're never going to belong, you don't belong here, this and the other. So you have this orphan ideology, and then you've been abandoned by your kidnappers, left to just kind of walk around on the planet just with nothing, with no connection to nothing. What this does is it brings you a horrific amount of worthlessness and no belonging. Because if you go to Africa, you will realize that on this continent are many, many countries. And within the countries are many, many tribes, there's different sectors, there's millions of languages, all kind of stuff. So if you want to think about not belonging, try to take your ass over to Africa. You'll understand about not belonging real quick. They'll help you out real quick. Why don't you ask some people, some black people that have gone over to Africa, and ask them how they were welcomed by these so-called brothers and sisters of yours. This, if it is not your country, and see, this is why you need to learn, and I'm not going to go into a lot of history with you people because I think that you ought to do your own due diligence and figure this shit out. Every single melanated person in this country was not brought over here by Africa. That is a lie. It's a lie. It's a fucking lie. Every single melanated person that is here in this country were not originally slaves. There were an enormous amount of melanated people already here. And I'm not talking about Indians. I'm not talking about native Indians. I'm talking about melanated people that look like me that were already here. So if you would shut your mouth and do just a little bit of research and stop being gaslighted by lies all the time, you could take some ownership in this country and stop thinking that you're being screwed all the time. See, the only reason why you feel that way, the only reason why you feel that you're being screwed is because you don't in any way take ownership of this country. You enjoy this whole idea that somebody is doing something to you. The Aboriginals were already here. That's why there's so many places down in the Carolinas, in a lot of Texas, parts of Texas, stuff like that, where people still own hundreds of acres of land. But see, since you don't study anything and you don't read anything, and all you do is watch over and over and over and over and over again the same shootings, you think that this country is doing something to you. And I keep trying to tell you that if you would take ownership in it, they can't do anything to you because you would take back the ownership. But see, you too busy trying to think that you were kidnapped by somebody and brought over here, and now you're an orphan because even where you came from, they don't want you. And if you want to bring up Ghana wants you, that's one little tiny ass country, and I can guarantee you it ain't all that pretty over there neither. Aboriginals and indigenous people were already here. This whole I'm abandoned, I'm an orphan, this type of thing causes extreme problems. It causes extreme problems because you cannot function when you don't have any type of worth or identity. You can't function. It is very difficult. Why don't you do some studies? It's very difficult for orphans and for adopted persons to feel a sense of worth unless the persons with whom they surround themselves, the persons who adopted them, so forth and so on, unless those persons have really taken the time to massage into them who they are. Hold on, let me wait a minute. How do I do this? Hold on, you guys. I'm trying to block this person because I'm not in the mood. How do I do this? Oh, there it is. Bye. That's an easy fix. Okay. No, you don't have to say she's passionate. We're done. We're done. We're going to go ahead and block that person to keep it moving. Okay. Oh, you know what? I'm supposed to be putting this down here. You guys, I want you to text me at this number. You know, I just get to talking and I forget I'm supposed to be doing shit. Uh-oh. What the fuck? Hold on. Let me text Truth Teller to... Yeah, we are out of time with the bullshit. Somebody come on here, say something stupid. Let me know who they are and they getting blocked. It's just that simple. We ain't got time. Okay? No problem. Okay? If I see your ass acting stupid, you're getting blocked. It's just that simple. Okay? All right. Okay. So. Okay. So there's that. Somebody would have to do a whole lot of work. Now, as I told you before, we are not playing patty cake baker's man. This country is a business. It's a business, just like every other country. It's a power. So, no, people are not going to massage your feelings and massage your heart just because you feel that you've been abandoned and you're an orphan in this country. You are going to have to pull yourself up by your bootstraps, do some research, and recognize that this is y'all's country. This is our country. And if you would take some ownership in that, and I said this to you last year when it was time to vote, that if you would take some ownership in that, then stuff would stop happening to you and start happening for you. It would stop happening to you and start happening for your ass. This is a business. This is not a place for you to come and whine and cry. I mean, you can. By all means. You can. But I promise you, that's not going to work out for you in a business. You are going to have to figure out, real quickly now, how to get some ownership in where you are. Because this is all you got, baby. If you want to go somewhere else, by all means, go read up on their culture, figure out their language, their customs, and get out. I have no, bye. You're more than welcome. You want to go learn Chinese? By all means. Go learn Cantonese. You want to go learn Russian? By all means. Go learn Russian. Go figure out how they do things and become a part of their culture. People move. I remember one of my friends, she had went to, she's not really a friend, but she's we went to school together, and she decided she wanted to study abroad. She went over to Spain. She's supposed to be there for 1 year. The hooker stayed there for the rest of her life. She's still there right now, so she's a Spaniard. Good for her. Bye. No problem. But if you're going to stay here and be here, then you need to really seriously, you need to adopt some ownership, because let me tell you something about business. In the world of business, when a company loses its value, it is bought out by a bigger company, a larger company. They will come in, buy it, change. They usually will change the management. They change how you do things. They change the name. All this other stuff. They come in and buy your shit out. When you lose your power in a business, you lose your value. And these big companies come in and they buy up your shit. Black people, you're losing your value. And what is happening is you're being bought out. And not only are you being bought out, but this country as a whole is for sale and is being bought up. This situation with this democracy or lack thereof and all this shit that has happened has put a great devalue. And it has, in essence, lowered the stock of America. And you're being bought out. You have a big problem when an entire country comes over and buys hundreds of thousands of acres of your farmland. You have a fucking problem. You have a big problem. When people start controlling your food and how you grow your shit and what goes into your medications, sorry, Danny's texting me. And how you teach your children, and they're involved in your curriculum at your schools, and who can go to school and who can't go to school, and who can do this and who can do that. You got a problem. So let me tell you how this has worked out not in your favor. When you don't have ownership of anything and you don't care about anything, in particular this country, you tear it up, right? So when you own a home, right? When you own a home and you own it flat out, like you own it, like this is my home, not your grandma's home, not your great grandmother's home, because y'all don't care nothing about all the work that your grandma put in. So we ain't talking about that. I'm talking about you. You own the actual house. You take much more pride in the yard, in the fence, in the walls, taking care of it, keeping it clean to some degree, than a tenant would, usually. So when a tenant comes to the house, and this is happening quite a bit in Oregon and so many other places, when a tenant is renting from you, depending on how they're raised, but in general, they don't keep your house as nice as you would keep it because they don't own it. So what has happened is, because you don't take any pride or any ownership in anything, and I'm not talking about, see, this is what you don't fucking understand. Y'all keep trying to get down to the individualistic idea of things. And what I'm telling you is, you need to own this America's with some pride and some accountability. Not America's as a person. See, you people think that America is a person. America is land. Don't you fucking understand? This is land. This is not a person that you're dealing with. You people are getting so personal about everything. And so what is happening is, you are destroying. A house that's burned down is worth much less than a house that's not burned down. So when a tenant comes into your house and they weren't raised right and they destroy your house so much so that you can't even rebuild, when you put that house up for sale, it has been devalued. So your communities, after you have rioted them, and you're just being gaslighted. They're telling you to do it. Destroy, destroy, destroy. Because people are getting a discount. Are you listening to what I'm telling you? So all this property, we're talking about 2,500 square feet, 3,000 square feet, 4,000 square feet homes all around. You can walk to the water. You can walk to the golf course. Y'all are destroying it. And so what happens is, then you can't work because they done closed everything down. And y'all don't think that shit's a fucking trick? So now you're going to have to foreclose on your house. And now they're going to do crime rates of the area within a certain mile radius. And your house will be devalued. You will be upside down in your property. But see, since you motherfuckers don't own anything, you don't care. But what you need to understand is that this country is a business. And the land is what's important. The land. So if you continue to have this abandonment and this orphan ideology, and you just keep burning up shit and robbing shit and destroying shit, you make it cheaper for them to buy you out and leave you with absolutely nothing. You don't even have a culture to hold on to anymore. You've pissed and shitted completely on hip hop. There is no more R&B. There's no more neo soul or soul music or nothing like that. It's just a bunch of fucking idiots. and to kill and to deal and to kill and to fuck these hoes and to get my money and to do my drugs and to what the fuck? I don't even know what's going on. I am so out of touch with the shit myself that I feel like I sound like some old ass white lady who's never heard any type of hip hop music ever. Cause I'm like, and the fucking and the killing it. I don't even know what to say. I feel crazy. Because it's so ridiculous. You need to very seriously. You need to read. You need to study. And you need to stop blowing your shit up. You need to get some ownership in some of this shit. You need to buy something so that you know how it feels to be a part of it. Not just, oh, something is happening to me. Because ain't nothing happening to you. You are a part of a business system. You're a part of a system. And you are not using any of the tools that have been given to you to move up the corporate ladder of this Americas. You're not using it. But then you want to say that this America, you hate this America, vote him out. We got to get, I told you, I kept trying to tell you, stop taking it personally. Stop making this about Trump. Don't make it about him. Do not make it about him. Nobody listens. Y'all didn't listen. Don't make it about him. Now, within the first 100 days of this new guy in office, it's a shit show. We got real problems. And this motherfucker is talking about banning menthol cigarettes. What the hell is that going to do? What is that going to do? He has, and this is what lets you know that this is a business. Trump was going to put up $500 billion. $500 billion. This guy is not going to put up anything. But what he is going to do is he's going to do business with the persons with whom he wants to do business. The Asian community. And any other community he decides he wants to do business with. He's already doing business with the Jewish community because the Jewish community it does business with everybody. With the Hispanic community, the Mexicans in particular. He does business with whom he wants to do business with. This is a business. Hey, babe. Yeah, so you cannot continue to withdraw yourself from where you actually live. This withdrawing, this abandonment, this orphan ideology, all of this shit it's making it harder on you. Because you feel that you don't belong, that they're doing something to you. When all you have to do is just do a little bit of reading, a little bit of studying, and then you will begin to understand that you can actually use the same fucking rules and laws to your benefit. It's just that simple. But you don't want to do that. You want to sit up here and play this victimhood shit, and it's got to stop, man. It's not getting you anywhere. And do you think that do you think that Gates and all those people that have bought up land, you think they're going to sell it? No, they're not. They're not going to sell it. Ownership. You don't own any land, then you can't talk. Period. You are constantly being manipulated over and over and over again. So since that last video that I did, a whole bunch of people have died, by the way. Children have died. So I'm going to go over just very briefly a 2.5 mile radius of my Ring app. 32 minutes ago, shooting reported on 80th and South Ingleside Avenue. 15 hours ago, 9 pistol shots fired in the rear of apartment east of Chappelle Avenue. 22 hours ago, a person reportedly shot and injured near the intersection of I-94 and 71st. Cadillac converter stolen a day ago. A day ago, shots fired. Car was driving down 79th, 80th near Merrill. 1 day ago, gunshots. Just heard a bunch of gunshots off of 79th and Merrill. 1 day ago, 2 rounds of gunshots off of, it doesn't say, but it's kind of close to that same area. Are you following me? 1 day ago, sounds of 10 pistol shots heard near the intersection of 67th and Jeffrey. 1 day ago. Did anyone just hear gunshots around 92nd and Colfax? 2 days ago. Police activity reported South Constance Avenue and 95th Street. 2 days ago. Shots fired. Just heard about 7 gunshots. Sounded like it was over by 84th, 83rd, and Colfax. 2 days ago. Shooting reported on South Drexel Avenue and East Marquette. 2 days ago. Loud 5 gunshots heard, then 1, and then 1 and 2. 2 days ago. Multiple gunshots. 3 days ago, CPD, that's Chicago Police Department, flying overhead. Does anybody know what's going on? 3 days ago, hit and run. A car hit several parked cars on 71st and just kept driving. 3 days ago, stabbing reported on 76th and South Maryland Avenue. 3 days ago, shooting reported at South Coles Avenue and East 82nd. 3 days ago, shooting reported on 80th Street and South Commercial. 3 days ago, shooting between 82nd and Coles. 3 days ago, shots fired near 79th. 3 days ago, structural fire. 3 days ago, police speeding down the streets. 4 days ago, fire reported. Let me tell you something. 4 days ago, gunshots fired. I just heard like 5 gunshots 20 minutes ago on 95th and Jeffrey. Motherfucker, where's the white people? I can keep going. Where's the white people? Where are they? Where are the white people that are oppressing you? Everything that I read to you is black on black crime. Black on black crime. This city is run by a black African American, whatever you want to call her, lesbian. She's a female. She's black. And she's gay. Who's oppressing you? She's black. She's a she. And she's gay. Who's oppressing you? That hooker has been in office for 2 years. Did you hear all the shit that I just read to you? There is no other. Listen to me. I understand what you're trying to say. You're trying to say that because this system set us up, or set y'all up, because I ain't gonna put myself in that. Because this system set you up, and you are basically groveling for the same little bit of crumbs, meaning the system has kept black people down for so long that now you're having to kill each other. And that if the system had treated you more fairly, then you wouldn't be fighting each other for these little small areas and territories. Okay. I hear you. I see what you're saying. This is what I'm saying. If you had the understanding that money is an energy, then you would not spend so much of that money and that energy on tennis shoes, on drugs, on purses, clothing, fake hair, nails, the list goes on. You would begin to buy up the community because, so here's the thing. You do have enough money to buy $225 tennis shoes. But then you want to tell me that the system is putting you against each other. So my question is it possible, just asking, is it possible that at some point you can say, I want to invest and get out of this cycle? Or are you just going to continuously use this same narrative that has not worked ever? The reason why I keep trying to tell you that this is not personal is that the African American and Black people that were protesting and marching did not see any real change until they began having their own businesses. I have very, very, very sad news for you. There were hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of Black people that marched and protested and were way more unified back then than you are now. And you are still chanting, singing, crying, marching, protesting, rioting. After 50 years, 100 years, 75 years. And now you're more divided than ever. And now you're more divided than ever. And now you actually have Black people as the mayor. You have Black people in the Senate. You have Black people all over the place. And you're still... let me tell you something. The motherfucking definition... This is when you know I've gotten real upset because I'm not screaming anymore. The motherfucking definition of insanity is doing the same thing and thinking something different is going to happen in the reaction. You have more Black people in office right now than ever. You had a Black president for 8 years and you're still marching? I don't know what you need. But baby, the marching ain't working. The protesting ain't working. You need to own something. You need to own something. You need to own some property. You need to find out if you in fact are an Aboriginal. You need to fucking find out if you are a Native American. You need to find these things out so that you can take some ownership in your shit. So that you don't have to keep running around here like an orphan, thinking that somebody stole you from somewhere and left you out to die and left you just to pick cotton and this and that and the other, so forth and so on. It's a business. This country is a business. And you do not go up to business owners and say, hey, Warren Buffett, hey, I'm down here at the bottom of the totem pole and I need you to give me some shit. You're going to be like, are you out of your fucking mind? You got to start somewhere. You got to start your own shit. And you have to start now. You cannot keep trying to... You can. It will not end well. You need to get some pride about your own shit. And stop thinking that somebody is trying to take from you. And this and the only person that's trying to take from you is somebody that looks just like you. Because other people who are running their business don't have time to be fucking around with you. You know good and damn well, between you and I, you know good and damn well, you are more afraid of your homeboy across the street than you've ever been of some white person. You know it's true. And you're going to sit up here and lie to your own self. And try to sit up here and make these people, and now you want to, first of all, I ain't giving nobody that much power over me. How in the hell you going to give a whole fucking group of people that much power over you? If a white person don't like me, that one white person does not like me. There's a whole bunch of other white people that love me. If one black person doesn't like me, that one person doesn't like me. There's a whole bunch of other black people that do. I told you in the last video that I did, you people have just made being black a fucking sin. You've made it horrible. You did that. They suggested it. You believed it. They injected it. You adopted it. They offered it. You swallowed it. And in some cases, they probably beat it into you, but they didn't beat it into everybody. Don't you understand that? You don't have to run down the gamut of this. You don't have to just keep running down the gamut of this. It didn't work back then. It ain't going to work now. It's not working. You're killing yourselves. Period. So, somebody said run for office. No, I'm not running for office. Now, I told you that. I know you people want me to run for office. I'm not doing it. Okay? This is the office. I run this office right here. You see this office here? This is the office that I'm running. You hear me what I said? This is the only office I'm running. Okay? Anyways, you need to get some ownership. You're only an orphan because you refuse to accept that you're not one. Everybody was not kidnapped. Everybody was not brought over here. Okay? You need to get that shit in your head. Okay, I gotta call my baby before I got my next call with my client. Text Truth Teller to 888-974-0165. Got some announcements coming. Get ready to get my book tour going. Never mind. I ain't gonna say no. I said too much. Text Truth Teller to 888-974-0165. Truth Teller to 888-974-0165. I tagged it in here. But when I repost this, it's not going to show that. Truth Teller, that's me. 888-974-0165. What'd you say? Stop telling them. What are you talking about? I can't. Okay, I'm going to have to call you later because I got to go off this thing. Bye. I hope you have a nice day. Have a good weekend. Y'all better take some ownership and stop fucking around. I'm telling you. You.